Hello and welcome back to Sabretooth and Nethemba, and this is Hack the Box Friday. I'm already connected to the network. Let's take a look at what we're doing today. If the next one is beep, I think the next one might be beep from what I remember. Apparently this has got like 5 or 6 different ways to root, so that's going to be really fun. What am I doing? Machines. I just went onto the second tab because I knew that's where retired machines is. Whoops. Okay. It is beep. Okay, nice. So we're going to spawn machine, and just to save a bit of time, I'm just going to go offline whilst this is happening, and then I'll be right back. I just realised I don't normally go offline, stop recording when waiting for a box to spawn. I normally just talk about what we're going to do. So yeah, I'm an idiot. It's still going. Normally it takes 2 to 2.5 minutes or something like that. We're on EU VIP 7, and not much else to say really. Let's take a look at what people think of this one. User rated difficulty. It's got 10,000 votes saying it's medium difficulty. So the amount of people saying it's medium difficulty is about the same as piece of cake and very easy combined. Okay. Interesting. And this has got quite a few, it's got 4.7 stars for 1,300 something reviews. Okay, right. What we're going to do is obviously first we are going to nmap, because why not? Actually, I should have been setting this up. What is wrong with me? What are we doing? So make directory. I didn't even think about this. Boxes. Slash. At least it's giving time for everything to start up, I suppose. And then we can go into that directory. And then we'll open a few more of these. We'll go here. Well, we're still on Mr. Robot from last time. Go on to HackTheBox. Easy. I assume it's easy. It is easy. And then we're going to add subnode and go beep. Yeah, I'm not sure what made me think, oh, well, whilst it's starting up, we can go off. Don't normally do that, do I? Right. Nmap. STV. All ports. Boom. Whilst that's running, HTTP. Boom. Oh, so HTTP on port 80 redirects to HTTPS on port 443. Okay. Okay, nice. So let's make a note here. Hold on, let's see if this is done. It's not. So port 80 web redirects to 443. This has elastics. I've heard of this before. App. Okay. I'm not sure whether I started this a little bit early or not, before things are started up, so just give it a bit more time and do that. So what should we do? What should we do? Elastics app. But username, admin. You know how this works at this point. Admin. Password. I don't know. Robots.txt, where are you? Nope. Document expired. What? Do so. So let's put this into GoBuster. GoBuster. We are using URL here, and as well as that, word list. Bam, 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 bam. So by default now, I'm starting to use the small directory list. So tools. I might even copy that out of this directory because that's my default one at this point. Out of this directory, because you have to go into sec lists and then go into discovery and then go into web and then do directory, and then lowercase, and then small. And if I put that just in my main directory, I only need to go back to, and it's there. Error, unable to connect. TLS, failed to verify certificate. Certificate has expired or not yet valid. Huh. The current time, 2025, is after 2018. No. Really? Okay, so if we're getting an error like this, what we can do is ask GoBuster to ignore invalid certificates with the K flag. See? This is finding some stuff already. That's good. This is still doing its thing. Make a copy of that to put in here. I'm guessing there's only going to be 8043, maybe port 22. Oh, elastics. Elastics normally has like an asterisk user on a high port, 4000 and whatever, or 5000. Can't remember. But they normally go hand in hand. So maybe there'll be something there as well. We'll see. Oh, blimey. Okay, so this is 4% and it's taking its time, so I'm going to cancel it. Do this again and do it with 50 threads, and you'll see that this 4%, we will smash that much quicker. So it's already 2%. Nice, so there's 4%. See, already there. Last time we got up to lang, and this time it's gone one further. So that's good. That didn't take too long to catch up. This is worrying me. Let's just check how it's doing. It's got 1 minute 20 remaining. So I suppose in the meantime I can start looking through some of these. But help, images, themes. I'm not bothered about images and themes, but help I am interested in. What is this? Okay, so this is the Elastics help file, I guess. PBX, is it using free PBX? I assume so then. Yeah, free PBX. They normally go together. What's it got under security? Firewall, audit, keys, advanced settings. What's in advanced settings? Okay, this is not actually going to help me at all. This is just the default help files. You know what I mean. Images, themes, modules, mail, and admin. Okay, they're the next two. Mail. Round cube webmail. Okay, let's make a note of this. This is round cube webmail. I'm just leaving spaces to put things. So we'll come back to that. Admin, var, panel libs. Admin, var, panel libs. Let's try these ones. Admin. Okay. Oh, and that goes to the config page. Oh, what? Right, hang on. Too much happening here. So, right, hang on. Admin brings up, this is what's known as a basic authentication when it pops up like that and asks you auth. We don't know, we don't have credentials. So, we cancel and are taken to, when we cancel, we're taken to this config.php, which we're not authorized to access. But we do have a version here, free PBX 2814. Okay, let's make a screenshot of this. That frog's freaking me out. Probably can't see it, I might be in the way. That's fine. Copy to clipboard. Right, so that will come back to free PBX. Let's make a note. 2814. Fine. Let's see what else we're up against. We've done admin, static lang, we've got var panel, we've got recordings. Let's try these. var. Backups. Oh, that's empty. Okay, so var panel, flash operator panel. Flash? You are joking, right? No, it really is. It really is a flash thing. That's crazy. So flash is heavily deprecated these days. It used to be this thing, very, very vulnerable, where you had all these flash animations and stuff. You used to get flash games in browser and things like that. SWF files and things. So, I mean, yeah, we can't really go straight there, can we? We can download the SWF file and look around. That might be useful. Okay, well, let's make a note of that and come back later. Exists. What you should never do is find something and think, oh, we've got round cube webmail, let's start attacking. No. Get all your enumeration done first. Come back later, right? We've got now recordings and configs, which are interesting to me. So we'll do recordings. Free PBX user portal. Okay. Okay. So that exists. Is free PBX user portal login page. So that's fine. And what was the last one? Configs, and then we're waiting for more. So we've got default configuration. The problem is these are PHP files. So if I try and load them, you won't be able to see the output because it's being passed as PHP, and it runs in the it's running the code rather than displaying the code. But I mean, that does exist, so we'll make a note. Exists with defaults, what looks like default config PHP files. Come back to that if we need to. How's this doing? It's only gone up 1%, and it's done like it's gone up 2 minutes or something. Ridiculous. So this is quite interesting. It's taken a long time to scan this box. We're nearly done on this. I wonder if it's going to pick up anything else at this point. Might have to use a bigger word list to see if there's anything else, but probably not. I mean, I will run it with a bigger word list and see if it does, but I'm not going to wait on it like I am doing this. I'm just going to run it in the background and check it later. Let's face it, I've got plenty of things to be looking into right now. But I just want to wait for this to finish first, really, just so it's one thing off my plate. This, you know, the remaining time is going up, so that's a bit terrifying. I could run this again without doing all ports, but there's no point because I could just wait on this as well. As I say, I've got plenty to be looking at. We're nearly there on this, 93%. So only another 5,000 entries to cover. As it's covering 100 every second, it's not going to take too long at all, really, is it? It's still going up. 5A. Is that everything? I think so. Yeah, we're done. We're done. So let me take a copy of this. And what we'll do is we'll push that into the slot which I left here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is the same, but I'm going to use medium now instead of small. I could go straight for big actually, but we know how long that took, so we'll just do medium. And I'll leave that running and just see if it comes up with anything else. As you can see, this has got 207,000 entries, and the previous one had 81,000, so it's more than double the size. And then big will be probably double again, and this is why I don't want to jump straight for that. We're just going to do one at a time, really. Right, in the meantime, whilst that's running, that's still going up, remaining time's going up. This is taking forever. I'm wondering whether to cancel this and then running it again, see if it makes any difference. Whatever, we're leaving it for now. Right, where should we start, basically? No wonder there's 6 ways to route this. 5, 6, whatever. We've got Roundcube webmail. Now, the first thing we need to check is Roundcube webmail default credentials. Because if there's default username and password which has not been changed, then we're going to, easy way in. It does not have default login credentials. They should log in using their email address and corresponding password. Okay, so as Roundcube acts as an IMAP client, I do wonder whether the email ports 25 and 135 or whatever it is are open. We'll soon find out, actually. So there isn't default credentials here. We also shouldn't try things like admin, etc., because it's looking for an email address, which we don't have at all, right? So let's just say that for now, that's a bit of a dead end. We're not even going to look into Roundcube, see? Oh, except for this. So we have some exploits here which we could be looking at. Remote code execution, etc. But we don't know what version of Roundcube we are running. I think what we should do is go back there. We should go back there and see if there's any indication of what version we have here in the source code. We could also try brute forcing this directory, I guess. So things like this, but let's just read the source. We've got jQuery 1.3, that's not related. Login name, token. Okay, we don't know what version this is. Now, I'm going to use this tab. Can I rename this? I can't rename it. I don't know how to anyway. There must be a way to, but whatever. I'm going to use this tab, this one here, for all of my search exploit things on all these different. Then we could go back through it at a later date without me having to paste it into this. Okay, so ignoring that, we've got the admin, and that brings up a basic auth. Basic auth is really difficult to brute force because it's possible, but it's difficult because it only gives you 3 tries and kicks you out, so you've got to keep sort of, yeah, I know what I mean. We've got this config file, and what that one has is got free PBX 2814. So the best thing to do here is to literally go here, search exploit, free PBX, and I'm not going to put in the, sorry, I'm going to have my phone beeping. I'm not going to put in, okay. Oh my god. So I was going to say I'm not going to put in the version, but you look at all this stuff we've got. And so now I'm going to start rounding it down, and it was 281. So we'll go again, 2.8. So we have this one. And then are probably, because that's 280 and we're on version 281, it's probably patched by that point. But this one, certainly, and this one, certainly. And we've got a Metasploit module here as well. So let me make a note of this. And I am actually going to start moving into the attack phase, even though there's things we've not looked at yet. Let's do that. So we're going to look at the Metasploit module, move into a new tab, MSF console. It'll complain that I've not updated it in years. More than 2 weeks old, hooray. How's this do? It's still, the reigning time is still going up. This is not doing a great deal. I've got a feeling something's wrong somewhere. It shouldn't take this long. Still, I'm in no rush. We've got plenty of things to be trying. This doesn't seem to have found anything new from last time so far. But there's still a long way to go. It's not even a quarter done yet. So, well, obviously, these are probably the same. I'm not sure if they are the same, because that's less than 13 and that's less than version 2.11. Okay. What I'm going to do is, normally I go to the web and have a look, but instead I'm going to run this again, search exploit, but I'm going to use M, and then I'm going to put in 41005. And what that will do is it will copy it into this directory, so I can cat it out. So let's take a look and see what this is all about. Remote code execution and privilege escalation. Slipped crashes, cookie, PHP. Successful attack may compromise the whole system. So it runs a curl. The problem with this, without further ado, this is not further ado, you know, it's further ado, lol. The problem with this, it looks like it needs the admin username and password in order to run this. And as we haven't got those, this is going to be useless. So we're going to clear that. We can remove 4.1, whatever. That one's not very useful, as far as I can tell. I've just closed my thingy, haven't I? You know, the things which I said I was going to keep. Whoops. Okay, let's see if we can do this from memory. What was it? Search. Oh no, it's here. It's here. It's here. We'll just look for free PBX and we'll find it. Okay, so the excellent one, which is the config.php remote code execution, that looks good. And then we've got this 2.10 and 2.9. What version do we have? 2.8.14. So I mean that could work. It's manual. Okay, let's try number 2. Let's just put use 2. Show options. So we don't need to fill that one in. We do need the R host. The R host is our 10.10.10.7, our target. Yes, thank you so much. Hang on, I'm still getting messages through. Okay. Back to show options. Oh, shut up. Phone's beeping all over the place. Port 80 is not right. We're on port 443 and we've got SSL as true. So we're going to set SSL true. And then set our port 443. How are we doing now? The target URI, that's the free PBX. Really, elastics, isn't it? Where's the free PBX installation then? Whereabouts would that be? Free PBX user portal login page. Maybe there, recordings. I'll leave it as is for now, but I'll change it to recordings if it doesn't work. We'll set the L host to whatever RIP is. To that. I've got a feeling this isn't going to work, you know. Let's exploit and find out. Unexpected response. Okay. So we'll change the set target URI to recordings. Try again. Still not. I wonder if it's to do with the certificate being wrong. You know that GoBuster had to use that K flag. So if that's the case, let's do show advanced and see if I can find how to change this or ignore any. Automatically load session creation. Is there anything here to do with SSL or TLS at all? Not that I can see. Here, SSL version. That's set as auto. So it looks like it's figuring it out itself. Maybe this is a red herring. Maybe this is a rabbit hole. Okay, let's leave that for now and we'll come back to that if we need to. That's still going up. This is the slowest thing ever. What's happening? Someone's getting annoyed with that. I know this sounds odd, but if I run this again, overload it with scans, if I run this again in a new tab and it goes quicker, just because everything started up, 52 seconds remaining. I mean, what's this doing? Connect scan. That's what this is doing as well. No, it is remaining time is going up. But I mean, I wonder if it's going to catch up to 70 something before this gets too high. I'll leave that running as well, and I'll close it off if I need to. So I'm not really sure what to do with this. So I'm going to exit from here. I've got a feeling that is to throw me off. So MSF exploit does not work. And as well as that, I mean, we've got... No, that would have been fixed in this version. And other RCE needs login. Okay. What other things do we have? We've got, well, I mean, free PBX we just looked at. We've got elastics, right, haven't we, as well, which I'd completely forgotten about. That's right at the top. So why did we look for that? Why do we do that? Search exploits. Elastics. Okay, there's not too many of these. So we've got cross-site scripting. We don't need. Nope. We've got local file inclusion, which could be good. SQL injection could be nice. Code injection could be nice, and remote code execution. And that's free PBX 210. Huh. Okay, all of these are intriguing. Well, except for the first ones. I'm not sure whether to go down in order or go from the bottom upwards. Okay, so let's do search exploits. And we're going to take 18650, 38091. What were the other ones? 36305. I'll just copy that one. 36305. And finally, that one. Great. So let's take a look. Oh, I didn't remember what order they were in. Okay, well, let's just do them in order, of this order. 18650. This one is a pre-authenticated exploit, so we would need to log in. That's not going to help us. Yeah, I think we need to log in for this one if it's pre-authenticated. Oh no, pre-authenticated is before authentication, right? So we put in the target, we put in our local host. What is extension? This is going to cause trouble as well because it's using the SSL and URL library, whereas these days it uses earllib2, and I'm not sure about SSL, but this is such an old exploit. I don't think this is going to run. I could try running this manually, however. I could try running this because that's the URL and it just opens that URL. Let's try doing that. Let's try doing that. So what we'll do is we're going to take a copy of this. Ugh. That's not nice. I don't like that. I think that's worse. Yeah, that's worse. That's better. So the R host is 10.10.10. What is it in the script? Is it HTTP or is it? It's just a number. Okay, so where am I looking? Our host is 10.10.10.7. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Extension. I don't know the extension. I'll put 1000 because that's what it says in the thing. I'm not sure if it needs the quotes. Probably not, actually, to be fair. Lhost is my local, which I can't remember for the life of me what it is. 10.10.14.7. The local port, yeah, we'll do 443 because why not? So that so instead of doing that, I think what we're just going to do is just change that to 10.10.10.7 because that's what it's doing. It's loading this recordings, etc., etc., etc. So call me num. Probably I can just put in 1000 rather than converting. I don't know because a lot of this is code, Python code, so that's not going to go straight in. Yeah, I think all it's doing is it's just changing that to 1000. It's changing this just to that. And then that's just going to be 443. I'm not sure if that will work. But what we'll do is nclvp443. We're going to need to run that sudo, I think. Okay. And then we're just going to put that into here. We don't have a shell back. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a case of that. Getting rid of these pluses, whether they're spaces, or I don't know. There's so much here which I'm not sure about. I don't know if the extension number is wrong. I might be able to do from 1 to 1,000 through burp and see if anything comes back. Not a bad idea. Right, let's leave that there. I'm not going to get over. I'm going to leave that open. I'm not going to get too deep because I've got other things to try, haven't I? Right? If I let's just kill that for the second. If I look, I've got other things to try. So we'll come back to that if we need to. It's there at least. How's this doing? Yeah, okay, we'll kill that one. How's this doing? Right. Where are we? What is happening here? Okay, so this is SQL injection. I don't quite know. It looks like it's doing Elastic's A2 billing. I've not even seen that, so let's just ignore for now. So what about this Perl script? Cat 37 Perl script. Okay, we've got local file inclusion exploit, vtiger CRM graph current language accounts action. Okay, well, rather than running the code, let's just take this web address. And we'll just put it in here and see what happens. Oh, this works. Look at this. Huh. So what if I get rid of this? Hang on, let's copy the whole thing. Put it in here. What if I were to change this to etc password? Did that not work? Why did etc password not work, but the other one did? What's after it? Oh, we need this null byte to kill whatever it adds to it. Okay, so let's just do that. Ah, good, this works, right? Fine, so we've got local file inclusion at the very least. Nice. So LFI works. And then in brackets, which one is this? The LFI 37637. 37637. I'm going to load in a log file like we've done in the past, and then change a user agent to a reverse shell or something. That could work, but for now, I'm just happy that we've got something which kind of works. This is the example that was given. Let me note this down. Is the example given. I also want to note down that this works. Sorry, attempt to access restricted file. Fannis is the name of a user on the system. Okay, fine. Find this. Do you get it? And so I'm going to put that exists, and we get etc password. Stop beeping, my phone is going mad. Okay, etc password. What is this page? I've not even read it. I mean, let's look at the source to make this a little bit easier. Oh, it's file. It's the config page or something, right, isn't it? Database configuration. Got the asterisk user. Password for the AMP database user. Password for the AMP manager user, by the looks of that. Localhost. Oh, we've got passwords here. Password, 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 password there. Let's keep looking. Any more? Password here for the web routes. Password for performing transfers and hangups in the Flash operator panel. Well, we can't access the exact panel because it's Flash, obviously. But we know the password for it. I wonder if we can get into free PBX with any of these passwords. Admin password. Default admin password. Bypassing all security. Change this to a secure password. Huh. Let's take a look. Interesting. The asterisk user can run things as roots. So if we get a shell back as the asterisk user, okay, what I'd like to do is just take all of these. The example file is the free PBX config file, right? And contains that. It also has a couple more, doesn't it? There's a couple more. Where's the other ones here? Passwords there, right? And then that one's the same again. I mean, the only unique one is that, I think. That's the same. Username is admin. Well, that helps. Okay, cool. So we can list the passwords just so we've got a localhost, MySQL asterisk user. So there's the password for the asterisk user. There's the password for this, whatever it is. Admin manager pass is that one. That one we've already got, and then there's this one. Okay, so we've got 4 passwords. We can list the usernames. Then we can do an attack with the small username list and the small password list. Okay, so the name here is asterisk. Asterisk user, possibly. Admin is another one. And yeah, that's it, I think. Okay, so do you see that we've now got 3 usernames and 4 passwords, and maybe some combination of this will let us into some service? Possible. Oh yeah, killed that one, didn't I? Let's just close that window. How's this doing? Still going up. It's 81% now though, so that's something. So now we can go back through, and to be fair, there are... let's get rid of this. We don't need this at the minute. No, let's keep that. Which one can we get rid of? We'll just get rid of the view source. I'm really enjoying this box. It's so involved. And I'll get rid of that. We'll go back to the main site. We can try these for elastics, you see. So we'll try admin. And we can actually manually try these because it's not going to take too long. There's only 4. It really won't take too long to try these. Although I forgot there were 3 different usernames. So maybe I should just do this via burp to save time. But by the time burp's open, oh, look at that. There we go. So now maybe I can use one of these other elastics things which needs authentication, because we've got authentication to this. So admin / that gives access to elastics. Okay. Maybe one of these will give us access to free PBX or whatever, but now we could go back through, you see. And this is why I copied all of these. So now elastics, here we go. So remote code execution, is that the one which needed the login? It's possible, right? 18650. Let's take a look. Now, having said that, before I start running into other attacks, let's look around elastics and see if there's anywhere which we can use to upload a shell or something like that, because that's just going to make things easier. We've got users, we've got administrator, operator, extension, total access as admin. That's where we're at. We don't really want to shut down. Hardware detector preferences. We've got the PBX section. We've got all these. Look at this. 233 is a valid extension. Oh. Hang on a second. Where was it? Here. Two, 3, 3. Let's run netcat. Or was it on 443? I think it was on 443, wasn't it? So if I run this now, that doesn't give me a shell back. But I might be able to use the script if I fix it to use earllib2. Okay, let me leave that there again. We've got other things to be looking at. This is, oh, there's so much stuff. Welcome to being a pen tester, you know. There's so much stuff. So that's interesting. Let's make a note of that. The dashboard shows that 23233 is a valid extension. Do you know what, just out of curiosity, whilst we're here doing this, that's slowing down. I think it's still going up, but not quite as quickly. What if I just run this without the P flag, just to get a basic idea of what's going on? It'll just test the top 1000 ports or whatever. Okay, let's leave that running. Too many things. Okay, is there anything I can do here? Languages, system recordings, hold music. Okay, this is obviously a cool thing. Flash operator panel. Oh, we can't access that, obviously. Tools. Aha. Ooh, we can run commands. Can we do ls execute? Oh man, it's actually asterisk commands, not system commands. Got a file editor there. Maybe we can edit a PHP file with a shell, reverse shell. These are all conf. There's no PHP. There's new file. Can I make a new file is the question. By the looks of it, no. Not that I can see. Oh, hang on. There's more files. I didn't realise. PHP files anywhere? I was hoping to run some PHP code. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? What if I edit something like this? Can I rename it as .php? Probably can't. No, I don't think I can. What if I change the file name here as test.php? It's not letting me create a new file that way either. Feel so close with that. System. What's under system? No, what's under system. Oh, this was this. Okay. What's running and what isn't. I see. And then there's the admin section here. Not sure. Not sure. Oh, that's nearly done. But this original one is... It's only got about 2 seconds. Just interested to see what this will find without the... without doing all the ports. Just to see if there's anything else running. Don't forget there's the round cube, but we've not got an email address to log in as. There's so much up in the air at the minute. This is a really interesting box. Oh my god. Look at the state of this. Right, I'll tell you what, let's just copy this and figure out what's happening. Because now we've got a bunch more to look into as well. Okay, let's just calm down. So port 22 is SSH. That is the SMTP email server. I'm not sure what... Oh no, POP3, that's the email server as well. I ignore that. Email on IMAP. We know about this. We've got on 993 some SSL IMAP. So that's a secure email. And the same with POP3. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. With the database... and then we've got this mini serve on port 10,000. Webmin. Right, hang on. Let me check that as well. That's the only thing which has really made me think, huh. So what was it, 10,000? Oh, well, I've not changed it to HTTP. Oh no, I think we're okay. Okay, nice. So let's just take a look at this right down the bottom, out the way, to dashboard. This one is a Webmin login. I think Miniserve has some vulnerabilities depending on the version. We don't actually know. Do we know the version? I don't know. Did we know the version? 1570. So what we could do is search exploit. God, so much stuff. Search exploit Miniserve. What was it? 157 nothing. Webmin. Oh my god. So we've got 1580. Brute force command execution. Oh dear. I think this box has been created as just to give you like choice paralysis, so you don't quite know where you're going. Right, default credentials for Webmin. The default username and password is typically root for the username and the system's root user password. Well, we don't know the system's root user password, do we? But we do have some passwords. So what we could do is root and just try some of these, I guess. Oh, that let us in. Oh, what? Schedule cron jobs. We can run a cron job which gives us a reverse shot. Right, Okay, we've got it. We've routed this. We have routed this. As the default pass is root, no, username, we use this and then the passwords above to find root slash. Do you know what would be really dumb? Do you know what would be really dumb? Ah, okay, no matching key method found. I thought I might be able to SSH it as root. That'd be so nice if I could. Oh well, it was worth a try. Right, okay, I think we've got this. We're going to do nc lvp1234. And then we're going to do a schedule command or a cron job schedule command. So it's 2240, it's not, it's actually 2041. So it's slightly out time-wise, or I am. Okay, so if I do that, it just goes back there. Right, fine. So system schedule commands. Let's open this in a new tab. Yeah, it's at. Okay. So we're going to run it as the root user, evidently. Because why not? I should do it as the asterisk user, then I can try some privask. But we may as well do it as the root user if we can. Which we can. Run it at, what we're on, 2241. So we're going to do 22, what, 44, just to give us a bit of time. Commands to execute. Okay, so reverse shell. We're going to run a bash shell in here with 1040. I don't know what my IP is. I should know it by now. Yeah, that'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I actually want to copy this. Create. So it's 2 minutes from now. So we're on 2043. So by 2045, we will have run this task. Hopefully got a shell back. So let's wait. Just a waiting game at this point, just for 2 minutes. I can see why people say there are like 5 or 6 ways to root this. We could use the elastics exploit now that the remote code execution, now that we have the credentials to get into that app, we can use that exploit. There's probably this username and password will probably get us into Roundcube. We should be able to get in through the email perhaps. And then there's the free PBX, whatever it's called, as well. Things to do with that. Then the SQL injection somewhere, and there must be plenty and plenty of ways to get into this system. We're just going for what has actually ended up being the easiest one. We did a local file inclusion. 1 minute to go. We've got a local file inclusion which gave us loads of passwords from this config file, and then we use those to get into the webmin app, and now we're just running. It's really quite simple when you think about it that way. Let's just reload this page. Yeah, we'll keep reloading until the time matches, like now, and the command has been run, hence it's vanished. That is it. Okay. That is it. Okay, we go log. Okay, which logs us into port 10,000. We run a scheduled command. Let's just make a note of which one we did. That one. We just need to put our IP address back in there, which I still can't remember. Because I've got a mind like a sieve. All I remember is the try hack me one. Then wait and receive a shell somewhere. There we go. Okay. CD was it Faris? I could be wrong. It wasn't Faris. Vanis. So cat home Vanis desktop, whatever. There's no desktop there. Cat home Vanis. Oh, there's the flag. Cats root. Oh my god. I thought I was being smart then. There's apps in there, isn't there? Lol. I've probably just broken my terminal. No, I haven't. I haven't. That's good. There we go. Let's go again. Cats, home, Vanis, everything. Cats, roots, roots. Got there in the end. Out of interest, we're done. I was going to say how long I had left, but quite honestly, it doesn't work like that, does it? Out of interest, oh, I didn't even adventure mode, right? Let me change user as asterisk, which is what we would have gotten in as, does it not? Huh. Okay. I thought that's what I put. Maybe I spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong. Right. Okay, so as the asterisk user, if I'd have got in like that via free PBX or Elastics or something, that's the user I would be. So I would have to privask, and I'm just interested as to how that would work. So let's do this. Let's do some privask, even though we don't need to. So we're going to run Python command import pty. We're then going to use pty to spawn a new shell, which has been bash. That didn't work. Oh, that's why. Try again. Now we're going to use pty spawn function to do a new shell, then bash. Right, that's better. So now we've got an almost proper shell here, okay? Can we use sudo as asterisk? We can. We've got all these apps without a password. Shutdown, nmap. Oh, nmap. I mean, if you think about the last box we did exactly this. But we had a suid and we used the sudo thing. What was the last box we did? Popcorn? No? What was it? It was only earlier today. I can't remember which it was. The Mr. Robot one? Yeah, something like that. So we can do this. We can do this. Sudo, give it that, and then do interactive. And then as soon as that happens, you create a new shell. And then, who am I? Root. Okay, so that would have been easy privask regardless. Okay, we've already done it. For me, I've actually done it today for my previous recording, but for you, it would have been a few days ago that you've seen it. So let's just get these flags in. This was quite a fun box, to be honest. there was just a lot to think about and a lot to go through. It's simple, really, just an LFI exploit and then run a reverse shell. You know, guess a password, run a reverse, not guess a password, but you know what I mean. Manual brute force and then run a shell. But there was so much other stuff around it that there was plenty of places to get lost. Fun box. I enjoyed that one a lot. Okay, nice. That was great. And there's probably, as I say, a few more ways of doing this. So if any of you decide you want to give this a go and you haven't already, feel free to find other ways in, because there are other ways in. And there we are. So the user flag, it was easy, but there was just a lot of distraction. And then getting root was actually extremely simple after that. I think that's it. Close you off. Terminate the system. Probably should have reverted it, but I don't think there's anything that I actually changed as such. I just did the LFI, I didn't change any files. Logged in and read the... Yeah, I didn't change anything, so we should be good. I didn't add anything to the system or change any configs or remove anything. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that's already crashed because... and I still didn't see what the outcome of that Nmap scan was. Let's kill that. I'm done for the night. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Just to let you know that only about half of the people, just under half of the people who are watching these videos are currently subscribed. So please do subscribe if you want to see a lot more of this, and please leave that like, because it helps me out, and it just means I'll be more motivated to get some of these harder ones done, perhaps. I should bribe you, shouldn't I? Blackmail. Okay, all good. Be sure to visit Nethemba.com for all your pen testing needs. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye. Happy hacking.